Warning: the following video contains gameplay mechanics which some viewers may find offensive. Attempting to replicate the stuns and damage performed in this show may result in angry messages in the garage, your friends no longer wanting to platoon, your wife leaving you for a tog driver, or an increased subconscious desire to learn to swim. Badly. Hey everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks, and while today might be April Fool's Day, it is no joke that I am about to review an artillery on this channel. And today that is going to be the Tier 10 American self-propelled gun, the T92. This is the biggest gun in the game, with a 240mm main armament, which deals more damage per hit than any other self-propelled gun in World of Tanks. Combine that with the highest penetration of 60mm and a 13-meter splash radius on its shells, and it's really hard to not do substantial amounts of damage to your opponents, even if you don't have the best aim in the world. And if you choose to use premium rounds on this tank, then your splash radius just goes up to 14.5 meters. And when things get that big inside World of Tanks, it's better to really measure it in mouse tanks. And knowing that the mouse is over 10 meters long, yeah, that's 1.5 mouse tanks. You can literally miss by an entire mouse and still splash your target. On the other hand, a gun this big has a substantial aim time of just under 6 seconds, and while that's better than the British Conqueror gun carriage, it's still going to take you a long time to get fully accurate. But when you do, you're way more accurate than the British competition at 0.83, but then again, unless you're literally trying to hit and penetrate the enemy tank, that 14-meter splash radius gives you a little bit of leeway for error, right? One thing that's nice about the T92 is that while it doesn't have the widest gun arc like the Conqueror gun carriage, it's over twice as wide as the GWE 100 and the Object 261, and so you'll have less of those awkward moments where you're having to adjust the traverse of the vehicle, which will obviously bloom out your reticle when you're trying to engage fast-moving targets or when you've just made a mistake and haven't allowed for it. On the other hand, the real drawback of the T92 is its mobility. It's the slowest of the Tier 10 self-propelled guns, with the worst power-to-weight ratio, but funnily enough, not the worst traverse speed, and that title goes to the French Chatillon 15558. But what about the armor of the T92? Well, it clearly doesn't have any. So pepper it with high explosive rounds and take advantage of its vulnerability, of course, if you can get close to it. And on top of this, while it does have the best view range of any of the Tier 10 self-propelled guns, it's still not exactly going to be spotting you at max range, but if you do equip binoculars on this vehicle and you do have some crew skills, then you can get up to a decent view range of 426 for mine. But you know what? You probably haven't come here to hear the statistics about the T92, right? Let's drop some orbital nukes on our opponent, pretty much from base. So here we go, we're rolling out on Abbey, although I'm not really going to be rolling out very far, am I? Because usually artillery doesn't have to relocate too much, but then again, when you're playing the T92, you can't really relocate too much. It's limited to just over 30 kilometers an hour, and with a poor power-to-weight ratio, it's usually best to just try and find safe locations to pander around in base, rather than trying to advance too aggressively. Now, this is one of those lovely matchups for this tank where you're the only self-propelled gun. And being the only self-propelled gun actually really helps, especially when you're trying to do a mission like Vertigo. Get it? You're scared of heights and artillery. I'll leave. But I'll talk more about that in a second, because I'm about to click blind, and this is the most satisfying thing. When you fire blind and then the tank just gets spotted afterwards, oh, that's absolutely wonderful. That's probably one of my best feelings when I'm playing artillery, because you get that instant sense of gratification that you know you were right about where the tank was. I guess the only better feeling is when you see your shell disappear when it lands, because you know then that you hit the vehicle and they weren't even spotted. So that's almost an even better feeling, right? But the mission that I'm doing, and really that's the reason why I'm playing artillery, it's not really a class. So I used to enjoy playing it back when there were armor-piercing shells. If any of you were watching my streams, you'll know that I used those with a modification. What was it even called? I can't even remember what it was called. Battle Commander now? I can't even remember what it was called now. That allowed you to follow the tracer of the shell. And it was absolutely hilarious for just purely to stream. Now I just play artillery because I need to complete missions. And for this one, I need to do 150 seconds of stunning. And I also need to enable my allies to kill 2 tanks that are stunned or immobilized by me. And so part of me to complete this mission was thinking, well, maybe I should try and hold my shells and only shoot at low health targets. But the other part of me realizes that I need to do that 150 seconds of stunning before I even start to think about that. Okay, so we're basically just trying to look for targets so we can do multiple splashes here, or just get clean shots into this IS-7. I'm waiting for him to pull back, trying to look for him to be predictable. And oh my lord, 2 IS-7s. Yes, please. That is 468 damage and 197 on top of that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's a whopping amount of damage to deal. We're talking about just under 600... No, holy moly, we're talking about just under 700 damage that we dealt. And frankly, do you know what? All of this hard work, it kind of makes me hungry. And the best thing about playing artillery as well is that you only really need one hand. We use our WASD key to get into position. And then we go here and we've got our mouse going. We can get our snacks and we just have to wait for it. And we go, click. We get 1 kill for 211 damage. 582 damage on the T124. And then the T124 is locked in place and we do 844 tracking. Oh my word. Oh, and these crisps, by the way, obviously this isn't some kind of sponsored video. They're absolutely delicious. Sea salt and cider vinegar. Oh, I'm a bit salty when I play artillery, so I need something to... Well, no, it's pretty much like I'm getting that visceral feel because pretty much the enemy will be getting incredibly salty right now while you're doing this kind of work in World of Tanks. And so it's more of like an immersive feeling, right? Some salty snacks to go with artillery, right? And there you go, we already did the 150-second stunning, which is crazy considering we've only been in this game for 4 minutes. So we've pretty much stunned for 2.5 minutes. So in the 4 minutes that we've been in this game, and this is not including the blind stunning that we've been dealing, probably there was somebody near the Jagdpanzer 100, we've pretty much kept a tank stunned the entirety of the game that we have been playing. It's pretty brutal stuff when all things are considered. Now, of course, there are medkits, and medkits will trigger a 90-second cooldown in World of Tanks. So what's really satisfying is after you've seen the enemy have used their medkits on your first shot, that then you can start to really punish them with the second shot. That's what that's really where you start to feel that you're making a huge impact in the preventing the enemy from actually playing the game. Yeah, not sure actually what I think about that, but oh well, it is how it is. You just got to play artillery as well as you can, and sometimes you do manage to have profound impacts in the game. Well, not too bad actually, not too bad there at all. Oh, come on, not again. Sorry, I got to take this. Hey Dad, what's up? Yeah, I know your joke during the charity stream during Christmas. It was incredibly funny. Yeah, I'm in the middle of making a YouTube video. No, for the last time, they're not DVDs. I don't physically make them and send them to Google, and then Google sends them to everybody on the internet. That's not how it works. Well, I know if I probably printed them and sold them that would make more money, but you know that... Look, that's just not how it works. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll take it into consideration. Hold on. Just can I hold you there? Just 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so you're saying? Alright, yeah, we can do that this weekend. That's absolutely no problem. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, Dad, look, I'm sorry, I've got to go. I'm really in the middle of something. Alright, cheers, I appreciate it. See you soon. Bye. Okay, goodness. Sorry about that. Oh, where was I? Oh, yeah, playing artillery, right? Kind of a tricky thing to do. How you can kind of have conversations mid-reload, right? And still keep focused. I joke, I kid. Of course, this is a replay, QuickyBaby. Who are you trying to joke? You can't actually eat food and make phone calls and go on websites while you're playing artillery. You've got to be super focused and try-harding so you can try and complete your missions to get the Chimera. Yeah, I guess. And I'm about to do the worst shot of the game so far. Oh, I thought he was going to reverse. Disgusting. But I still do 108 damage to him at least. But one thing that I want to say, and a little bit serious, is that like that shot in the middle, I was pretty proud of myself with that shot. We managed to stun the E100. We damaged the E100 as well for 229, and we finished off the 121. And because we marked the ground. We communicated with the Object 140 that please don't go there. I'm going to try and help you out by shooting that location. And it worked out. Look, the Object 140 on our team is still alive. Somehow he's TK'd someone though, so I guess maybe I stopped him from being able to... Hopefully he TK'd them before I saved him, alright? But one thing that's like super important, and I really want artillery players to be considerate in World of Tanks. I don't think I'm going to like change it in my April Fool's video, right? But how bloody annoying is it when artillery do not mark the ground, and then you're in close quarters combat with an enemy tank. They haven't told you that they're wanting to fire in that location, and they just click anyway. And sometimes it just happened to me on, gosh, what's that map? Not Stajunki. Pilsen the other day. I was playing in an M48, I believe, and ended up taking 400 damage so that they could do 21 damage to some tier 8 in front of me. Oh my goodness. So if any of you don't know, the way that you mark the ground is, for me, I press my T key when I mouse over, and it puts the marker out, and you can basically tell your allies. So please, artillery players, make use of that. And right now, I'm absolutely sweating it, boys and girls, because my mission is to stun or track one more tank that my allies are going to kill. And oh no, the 100 has managed to smash the Jaegeru. And you can see I've been mousing so hard to try and find a position to be able to catch the Gorilla. I press my G key here to be able to go around this location. Just remember that mod is called Battle Assistant. Maybe I should get that and follow traces again, but it's no fun without armor piercing shells. But I could play it on the special server, but Battle Assistant wasn't in the game back then. Oh, Q. Anyway, I'm looking for the shell, and then it just dawns on me, why don't I just splash the house? And I pretty much just splashed the house there, did nearly 500 damage to the Gorilla, and I've stunned him. Doesn't look like he has a med kit, or at least he's not willing to use one. And come on, team! 9 seconds! Yes! Super happy about that one. That means we managed to complete this mission with honor. So you can see I literally was like jumping up in the air that we got this one, because it was one of the last harder artillery missions that we had to do to be able to get towards the Chimera. And spoilers, yeah, we do have that tank now. Yeah, it's an okay vehicle. Definitely not a 10 out of 10 tank. But, oh, this ending shot, this parting gift for this Gorilla. Look at that. Oh, 824 damage. I don't know. I get itchy for some reason when I see dirty shots like that. I guess my body's saying I need to go and have a shower after that one, right? Either way, this was an ace tanker for the T92. And we actually got 23 bonds as well, because we got a Gauze medal. That's for dealing 10 times more damage than your vehicle has hit points. A Confederate medal as well. And just look at all of these stuns. We killed or stunned 14 out of 15 of the enemy players during this game, and dealt damage to 13 of them, giving us a whopping damage total, top in the game, at least on my team. But there was a Gorilla on the enemy team who did more, of 4,952, 1,155 base experience points. We did do a little bit of damage than Object 140, but I don't think he can complain, because arguably we kept him alive through that engagement. And so the T92, the biggest gun in World of Tanks, used to have the highest alpha damage in World of Tanks before Wargaming nerfed all of the artillery and for some reason allowed the FV215B183 and the 4005 to keep crazy HESH shells and the Type 5 Heavy as well. And I'd say that currently, but remember that artillery is scheduled to change over the next few patches, that the American self-propelled gun line is the best one to go for. Not just for the T92, but for the M44 at tier 6. That's probably the highest income tank in the game, bar none. That doesn't cost you gold or money to buy, aka isn't premium. And also the tier 9 is godlike, at least at the moment, before Wargaming probably hits it with a nerf ban. And I'd just like to finish by saying, don't let me pretend that I'm actually this good at artillery all along. This was completely like a 1 in 100, if not a 1 in 300 kind of game for me. I just got lucky. I pretty much sat in base and just clicked things, and for some reason it all seemed to work out. I am not a very good artillery player. I have my worst statistics in all of the artilleries compared to all of the other classes in the game, and I've seen artillery players all along the way who have really shocked me with their ability to just absolutely kick my butt when it comes to playing self-propelled guns. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this bonus video today. Happy April Fools to all of you muppets who thought that I would actually review a T92 seriously. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. But if you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And let me know in the comments what is your favorite self-propelled gun in the game. And if it's the FV304, just leave now. Be gone. I can't. I just simply can't handle it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.